Está começando mais uma jornada esportiva aqui na Times Brasil. A narração é de sucesso, os comentários é de quem entende, hein? Então vem com a gente, não vai perder essa jornada esportiva. Times Brasil, paixão pelo futebol. Está começando mais uma jornada esportiva aqui na...
Olá, muito boa tarde, amigos da Times Brasil, estamos chegando. Sejam todos muito bem-vindos. Hoje, quinta-feira, dia 8 de maio de 2025. Hoje iremos acompanhar o jogo de ida aqui da semifinal, playoffs da Championship, a Série B da Inglaterra. Jogo de ida, Bristol versus o Sheffield United. Jogão de bola aqui na Times Brasil, tá certo? Eu sou o Lucas Bazarello, vamos juntos acompanhar este jogão de bola, futebol inglês, Série B da Inglaterra aqui na Times Brasil, mais uma vez, tá certo? Rapaz, Bristol City e Sheffield United, confronto de ida, semifinal dos playoffs da Série B da Inglaterra, as equipes querendo, né, jogar a Elite na próxima temporada, tá certo? Quem vai largar na frente, o Bristol ou o Sheffield, tá certo? O Sheffield United ficou em terceiro lugar na classificação geral, né? Terceiro lugar, fez 90 pontos e agora vai jogar os playoffs contra o sexto colocado, o Bristol. O Bristol foi o pior ali classificado para os playoffs, né? Ficou na sexta colocação com 68 pontos. O Bristol jogou 46 jogos e teve 17 vitórias, tá certo? O Sheffield United jogou também, né, 46 jogos e teve incríveis 28 vitórias e não subiu. 46 jogos, 28 vitórias, fez 90 pontos, né? O campeão foi o Leeds United, o vice foi o Bruley, também com 100 pontos, né? Os dois que subiram fez 100 pontos, né? O Leeds e o Bruley, 100 pontos. O Leeds foi campeão, teve ali uma vitória a mais. O Sheffield, 28 vitórias, 90 pontos. O Bristol City, 17 vitórias, 68 pontos. Agora é outro campeonato. São 4 equipes. Sheffield United versus o Bristol City e o Sunderland versus o Coventry City aí nesses playoffs. Jogos de ida e volta. Depois também tem a final ali dos playoffs. Quem vai subir? Me fala aí, participa, me ajuda. Me ajudem a fazer essa transmissão acontecer, tá certo? Vamos pro jogo? Vem comigo, torcedor! Vai começar, a bola vai rolar. A final vai ser lá no consagrado estádio membro, né? Vamos pro jogo! O árbitro apita! Bola rolando! Começa o jogo agora! Agora é pra valer! Os dois times estão correndo atrás da bola aqui na Times Brasil. Vem comigo, torcedor, mande a sua mensagem, participe, tá certo? A finalíssima vai ser jogo único lá em Wembley no dia 24 de maio, tá bom? Ainda nesse mês tem a final ali para definir o último que vai jogar a Premier League aí na próxima temporada, né? Quem vai subir a última vaga, né? São 4 equipes nessa busca aí, né, acirrada pela essa última vaga na Premier League, tá certo? Vem comigo, torcedor, mande a sua mensagem, bola rolando. O primeiro minuto de jogo você acompanha na Times Brasil. Agora é para valer, os dois times aí buscando o acesso à elite do futebol inglês, né? Quem vai sair, vai ganhar na frente hoje. Lembrando, jogos de ida e volta, beleza? As semifinais são jogos de ida e volta. Hoje é o início aí dessa brincadeira, tá certo? 0-0, tá só começando. O Bristol City jogando em casa, estádio lotado, não cabe mais ninguém. É um mar ali vermelho e branco, tá certo? Obrigado, você que vai chegando, seja muito bem-vindo. E o Sheffield United visitante, hoje uma camisa, aquele branco off-white ali, bem bonito, bem chique, né? Ali meia que retrô, 20, né? Meia retrô ali, bem legal, com detalhes em vinho, bordô. Top demais, as duas camisas lindas. 2 minutos, 0-0. Bristol ali com a bola no campo defensivo. Já quero agradecer a audiência, tá bom? E também quero pedir desculpa aí qualquer pronúncia, né, que não seja ali correta, né? A pronúncia não é 100%, mas tamo aí. Vem comigo, torcedor, mande a sua mensagem, participe Deixa o like, por favor, deixa o like. É indispensável, né? O like é importantíssimo para juntos podermos fazer aqui uma bela transmissão para vocês, né? O incentivo aí é o like, né? O like é importantíssimo. Agora vinha para ataque o Sheffield United, mas o bandeirinha já pegou ali a impedimento no ataque da equipe visitante. O Sheffield United foi o terceiro colocado, mas não sobe, né? Direto não sobe, não. Tem que jogar os playoffs aí. Não é brincadeira, não. É difícil aqui no futebol inglês, é complicado. Não é brincadeira, não. Para subir aqui na Inglaterra não é fácil, né? São 46 equipes na Série B. Na Série B da Inglaterra, 46 equipes. E, tipo, você faz 100 pontos, não é campeão, né? No caso do Burley, 100 pontos, mesma pontuação do campeão do Leeds, não foi campeão, foi em segundo, com a mesma pontuação, 100 pontos, 100. 1-0-0, né? E mesmo assim, fica em segundo. O Sheffield ficou em terceiro com 90 pontos, também não consegue o acesso direto. Tem que jogar aqui 3 jogos, né? 2 jogos nas semifinais e um jogo na finalíssima naqueles playoffs para conseguir esse tão sonhado acesso a voltar, né, para Premier League. O Bristol jogando de vermelho e branco e o Sheffield United jogando não é branco, né? É um creme ali, um off-white com vinho lindo, sensacional. 3 minutos e meio. É escanteio? Deixa eu ver aqui. Escanteio. Sheffield United, escanteio pro Sheffield. Vai vir bola para a área do goleiro. Ali o Oleari. Escanteio. Lançamento para a bola vem alta, vai cabecear pro gol. A bola foi para trás. Tira o zagueiro. Tira a zaga do Bristol. Recupera o Sheffield. O Sheffield começa melhor nesse início de partida. Sheffield United. Carregando uma pelota pro campo de ataque. Vai chegando, vai participando, vai mandando a sua mensagem. Me ajuda aí nessa audiência, beleza? 0-0, tudo como começou. 4 minutos de jogo. Semifinal da Championship, a Série B da Inglaterra. O estádio lotado, em gramado excelente, como de costume. A bola no campo defensivo ali com o goleiro Cooper, camisa 1 do Sheffield. Deixa eu passar aqui na escalação, bora lá. Escalação das equipes. A equipe da casa, o Bristol, ali do goleiro, camisa 1, o Oleari, 19, Tanner, 16 é o Dick Kicker, 14 Wiener, 7 Irakawa, 12 Kinigart, 8 Williams, 2 McCory, meia dúzia é o Beard, 11 Memid, 21 é o Wales. Esse é o time do Bristol City. É claro que a pronúncia deve ser outra, né, das equipes, dos jogadores. Agora o visitante, o Sheffield United, do goleiro Cooper com a 1. O 24 é o Shoujiru. 19 Robinson. 15 Amedor Dzik. 14 Burus. 7 Britsarter. 42 é o Pirker. 21 Vinícius Souza. 8 Amer. 23 Campbell. 9 More, tá certo? O jogo tá parado, né? Ali o More, justamente ele, o More, o centroavante do Sheffield United, acabou que com o ombro machucou ali o zagueiro, camisa 2, né? Ali do Bristol. Ali o 2 tá caído em campo, o 2 é o McCurry. 0-0. Jogo parado ali, o jovem 2 McCurry sendo atendido nesse momento. Por favor, mande sua mensagem, participa aí na nossa transmissão, tá certo? Importantíssimo aí o seu feedback, sua participação é indispensável. Mande uma pergunta, interaja, faça-se presente na nossa transmissão, beleza? É o bom e velho Campeonato Inglês, Campeonato Série B, né? A Championship, vai falar pra você, essa Championship é de coisa bonita, hein? É campeonato de altíssimo patamar, né? Você olha assim, gramado excepcional, estádio lotado, né? Tem muito essa questão lá na Inglaterra, no Reino Unido, né? O pessoal ali torce muito para as equipes locais, né? Bem ali assíduos, né? Os torcedores, a população de cada região. O pessoal apoia muito a sua equipe local. 7 minutos de jogo parado, ainda caindo no campo ali o 2, o McCrory. Vamos ver se vai continuar jogando, né? Ou vai voltar. Tá ali de pé. E bonita a camisa do Bristol, hein? A camisa do Bristol City, muito bonita ali. É um vermelho bem forte, um vermelho sangue. E nas golas, né? Ali tem detalhes em xadrez, né? Vermelho e branco ali. Bem singelo, mas bem top. Toca a bola o Bristol. No campo defensivo, tentando sair para o ataque. O lançamento é feito, a bola tocada, trabalhada na direita. Bristol, tem que recuar um pouquinho. Tá com poucos passos o Bristol City. Vai tocando lá a pelota, de pé em pé. Agora aqui na esquerda. Ali com 4, 14 na verdade, né? É o Wiener. Toca atrás. De pé em pé. Wiener, de novo ele. O Sheffield United, ele tá marcando em cima. O Sheffield visitante começou melhor. Apresenta o melhor futebol nesse início de partida, o Sheffield United. Já ultrapassamos a marca de 8 minutos da primeira etapa. 0-0. Semifinal dos playoffs aí da promoção da Championship para a Premier League, do futebol inglês. Aonde tudo começou, né? E foi aí, nessas terras, nessas bandas. O futebol profissional. Bristol, escapou legal o Bristol no ataque na direita. Tocando a bola. De pé em pé. Tentando ali progredir para o ataque. Passe bonito na frente. Interceptação. O zagueiro do Sheffield United foi agora providencial, hein? Providencial. A bola volta com o Bristol. Bristol City carrega a bola. Toca atrás na meia-lua. Lançamento, abertura aqui na esquerda. McCrory tá recuperado. Lançamento, correria, matando o peito, jogou na vem o McCrory. Habilidoso. Segura a bola, lançamento, corta o zagueirão do Sheffield United. Manda essa bola para longe, a bola vai sair, é lateral pro Sheffield United. 9 minutos e meio. Jogo de ida, aqui na Times Brasil. Vem comigo, torcedor, mande a sua mensagem, participe, me ajude a fazer essa transmissão acontecer, beleza? Te peço encarecidamente esse like, esse incentivo aí para nossa transmissão fluir ali o melhor possível. Preciso do seu apoio, sua participação, dos seus likes. Mande sua mensagem, interaja, me ajude, tá bom? A fazer essa transmissão. Beleza? Transmissão aí itinerante, né? Itinerante. Como que é? Uma transmissão simples, mas totalmente aí voltada ao futebol alternativo, jogos diferenciados. O jogo, né, é um verdadeiro jogo de xadrez, né? Olha o Sheffield chegando, lançamento, Sheffield United! Gol! Campbell! Camisa 23, abre o marcador, Sheffield United, abre o marcador. Aos 10 minutos da primeira etapa, o Sheffield United, que estava ali apertando um pouquinho mais, tinha começado um pouco melhor e consegue o gol aos 10 minutos e meio. Agora Bristol 0, Sheffield United 1. A bola para a área, não bobeou e colocou para o fundo das redes. Campbell. Vamos ver aqui se vai validar o gol ou não. Ah, tá impedido, hein? Tá impedido o gol. Foi anulado. É, impedimento marcado. Que alívio para os torcedores, né? Os fãs do Bristol City. Quase, né? Na verdade, o Sheffield fez o gol, né? Mas o gol foi anulado. Marcou ali o impedimento, né? Bem marcado, aliás. 0-0. Volta o 0-0 no placar da Times Brasil. Quase 12 minutos corridos dessa primeira etapa. Bristol City, Bristol. Tá vendo que o negócio vai ser difícil, hein? O Sheffield United é melhor. O Sheffield tem mais poder ofensivo, agride mais seu adversário. Tocando a bola aqui do Bristol lá atrás, né? O Sheffield United, ele deixa a bola com o Bristol e fica ali marcando em cima, marcando ali em bloco, ó. A sua marcação ali bem próxima. Diminui os espaços. O Bristol toca atrás. Lançamento aqui na esquerda, a bola vai chegar. Primeiro zagueiro. Já a bola a equipe do Sheffield. Recuperação do Sheffield United. Ali com o centroavante, camisa 9, o Moura. Já perdeu a bola. Lateral. Para a equipe do Sheffield United. 0-0. 13 minutos. Primeiro tempo. É Championship, é Série B da Inglaterra na Times Brasil, semifinal. Ali os dois técnicos ali bastante atentos no jogo, né? Estamos na cidade de Bristol, lá no estádio Ashton, capacidade para mais de 26 mil torcedores. Ele é o técnico do Bristol City, né? O coach ali, né? O treinador do Bristol City. Ali o Liam Manning, o técnico ali do Bristol. Bristol que foi fundado em 1982. É um time jovem, né? Foi fundado em 1982, é isso mesmo? Agora estou até em dúvida aqui, hein? Acho que foi refundado, né? Porque o Bristol City Futebol Clube, aqui no escudo aparece 1894. Então essa refundação aqui deve ser de 1982, né? O Sheffield United, do técnico ali, o Chris Wilder, né? Wilder, foi fundado em... olha só para ter noção, o Sheffield United foi fundado em 1889. O Sheffield United foi fundado em 1889. Tem apenas 136 aninhos. É um velho senhor aí, né? Bem vivido, né? O Sheffield United Futebol Clube, fundado em 1889. 0-0. Tem muita água para rolar nesta cachoeira. É um jogo importantíssimo. É muito importante começar bem, né? Essas semifinais, né? Começar bem para conseguir jogar a jogo de volta, né, mais tranquilo, para conseguir a vaga para a final. Final aqui dos playoffs, dia 24 deste mesmo mês, 24 de maio, em Wembley. Quem vencer aqui vai enfrentar o Sunderland ou o Coventry City. Agora tivemos um lance perigosíssimo do Bristol, né? O Bristol meteu a bola no travessão ali, quase fez o gol. Então, tivemos um gol anulado do Sheffield e agora tivemos uma bola na trave, no travessão ali do Bristol, né? Quase que abre o placar o time da casa também. 0-0, 15 minutos corridos desse primeiro tempo na Times Brasil. Você acompanha futebol inglês, Série B, aqui na Times Brasil. Vem comigo, mande sua mensagem. Vai carregando a bola a equipe do Bristol. Lançamento, a bola vai chegando meio quebrada, meio mastigada. Volta com o Bristol. 0-0, hein? Eu quero é gol. Eu não sei vocês, mas eu quero é gol, hein? Eu quero é gol. Quem quer gol? Me fala no chat aí quem quer gol, hein? Bora lá. "16 jogados. É lateral pro Sheffield United." Tá aí o juizão também ali bem atento nos lances, né? Agora de novo mostrando o gol ali do Sheffield que foi anulado, né? O gol do Campbell, que estava ali na posição irregular. Tem a bola a equipe do Sheffield United. Sheffield já perdeu, né, Sheffield? A bola trabalhada. Recuperação do time do Sheffield. Na direita, ali com o Campbell. Na área, o passe é feito. Interceptação providencial. O zagueirão do Bristol estava no lugar certo. Veio o Sheffield United, bateu pro gol com desvio. É escanteio, né? Ah, marcou outro impedimento, né? Offside, né? Impedimento marcado. Finalização de média distância, teve um desvio, mas a bola bateu na cabeça ali do Campbell. E não valeu essa finalização do time do Sheffield United. Eu sei que a minha pronúncia, né? O pessoal deve estar ouvindo, O que esse cara tá falando? A pronúncia não é das melhores, né? Então, não tem muito o que fazer, não. É isso daí, beleza? É isso ou nada, né? Tá certo? Times Brasil, canal apaixonado por futebol. Vai chegando, vai mandando a sua mensagem, vai interagindo, vai participando no nosso chat. Beleza? Agradeço aí o feedback. 18 jogados, 18 minutinhos, é jogo que vale, né, aí um passo mais próximo da elite. É hoje mais 2 jogos, né, para conhecer o último promovido para a elite, né? Subiram o Leeds e também o Burlen, voltaram para a elite aí. A famosa Premier League, né, onde todos os craques de bola querem jogar a Premier, né? A Premier League, um prato muito prestigiado, muito renome, né? Realmente é um espetáculo. Falar para vocês, hein? A Championship aqui também, a Série B da Inglaterra, é topzera. Beleza? Vem comigo, torcedor, vamos juntos na emoção do futebol inglês aqui na Times Brasil.
To say it's been Bristol City, number 12. You can see from those numbers, I want to say more in control. Look at the possession there. Attacking in the end where there are 2,000 Sheffield United. Just like the old days here. McCrory looking to try and attack that. Moore was in attendance for Sheffield United. And the Blades are looking for an offside flag there, which didn't come, but they get the goal kick in any case.
They just want to take the fizz out of this a little bit. They'd be advised just to take a little bit of time here, Michael Cooper. Certainly since that offside goal, Bristol City have been on top here.
McCrory has Williams. Tanner gives chase. Campbell is after O'Leary. There's Tanner again. Looking for Max Bird. 22 points was the gap between these two at the end of the season. That is the biggest gap between a third place team and a sixth place team since the playoffs began, when relegation was taken out of the playoff mix. These used to be even more brutal when relegation was involved, as Sheffield United found out against Bristol City back in 1988, when Sheffield United lost to Bristol City over 2 legs. Sheffield United were relegated. That's where the playoff pain began. Chris Wilder was in the Blades team that day. Don't talk to him about it, though. Some of us have made that mistake.
Yeah. Don't talk to him about that offside decision either, to be fair. All you can say about that is that he wouldn't have liked that to have counted against his team.
City Peck. Just going back to that playoff game in the 80s, Carl Schutt, who had made his name at Sheffield Wednesday, scored the goal in the second leg for Bristol City, which effectively relegated Sheffield United. He's from a family of Unitedites, and his family and friends didn't talk to him for a while after that. But the following season, Sheffield United won promotion. Brewster, Mehmeti's after him, Mehmeti got to him.
Yeah, it just took too long. Ian Brewster, you could see for 1 or 2 seconds he wanted to get it out of his feet and get a strike away.
Harmer has picked out Brewster beautifully. Brewster launching one. Chowdhury steps in. Bristol City with cool heads look to play themselves out of a tight spot. McCrory. There's Knight. Williams. Now Viner. Looks to pick out Nicky Wells, who hits the deck. Thought he was pushed. The referee was waiting to see how it played out and gives Bristol City the free kick. Forward by Rob Dickey. Well, the Championship playoff action continues tomorrow. Coventry face Sunderland. How will Sunderland readjust? They've been playing games without too much jeopardy. Now, for a lot of them, the biggest games of their lives. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock, Sky Sports Football. Coventry, a place that was absolutely bouncing, spine-tingling on Saturday when they beat Middlesbrough.
Yeah, it's not dissimilar to Bristol City in terms of their home form of Coventry. has been phenomenal, isn't it? But slightly patchy away. So you feel Bristol City and Coventry City have to take advantage of the fact they're playing at home first.
That's nice. Mehmeti, now Williams. Chowdhury on the retreat. And he was quickly hunted down by McCrory.
This is what I mean, Bristol City. They are one of those teams that when they decide to press, they go and they commit and they press.
Burrows forward to Gus Harmer. There's Robinson. Now Vinny Souza.
Well, this is good from Sheffield United. I know they're not going anywhere with the ball, but what they are is they're just disrupting, taking the tempo out of the game.
Brewster. He set Campbell away. He's onside here. It's Tyrese Campbell. O'Leary gets to it not once but twice, and he had to. Now Harmer on the follow-up. Here's Sidney Peck. It's Peck that deflects. O'Leary gets to that, and Bristol City are still standing as O'Leary hits the deck.
Oh, that's what Sheffield United can do. Haven't really offered much attacking threat for quite some time, but in the blink of an eye, it's a great run by Tyrese Campbell. Can he be a little bit more positive, really? It's a weak effort, really, the initial one. And you would have expected O'Leary not to get beaten by that. This is a big opportunity. He never really quite gets it far enough left so he can bend it into the far corner. That's what he's trying to do, but the ball's a little bit too close to him, and then it falls to Peck. He gets crowded out.
Encouragement though for Sheffield United as Campbell managed to break free there. Another deep corner from Harmer, went beyond Moore that time. Here's Ryan Brewster looking to spin in a crowded area. Now it's Harrison Burrows. Harmer is arriving. No way through. Sidney Peck.
Well, tell you what a brilliant opening half an hour we've had here. Now it's Sheffield United's turn to ask the questions. Harmer smashes it hard as he can. Rob Dickie, right place at the right time. Oh, when you have a look at that, I mean, there's only really the long ranger from Joe Williams from a Bristol City perspective. Even though they've enjoyed possession and plenty of territory, it has been Sheffield United that perhaps have opened them up the better opportunities.
There's Zach Viner. Now Williams, finally McCrory. Tries to link up with Anis Mehmeti. Williams. Keeper Moore sticks out a boot, gets to it. Now Dickie steps in. Williams has stayed down. And he's struggling here. Meantime, this is Jason Knight. Williams gets back to his feet now. He's not moving freely. Rob Dickie. There's Viner, who was at Wembley as a fan back in 2008 when Bristol City lost the Championship playoff final to Hull, and that iconic Dean Windass goal. Wells has done well to keep that in play. There's Bird, Nicky Wells again. Bird gives chase. Burrows getting to it. Here's Hirakawa. Now Williams. Looks to be okay now. Viner. The foundations of this Bristol City team under Liam Manning have been built on a strong defensive output. Keep that balance. They have been conceding goals of late at Bristol City.
That was the worry, wasn't it, coming in here? They've conceded 9 in the final 3 games of the season.
And space here for Ryan Brewster. Kiefer Moore getting to it, but couldn't generate the power on the stretch.
Oh. It's going to be so frustrating. Just can't make up the ground, but again, he's taken up some really intelligent positions, Ryan Brewster, and he actually spots that Kiefer Moore has made that offer. The ball, I think Kiefer Moore has actually got a little bit more time and is under less pressure than he actually thinks here. Decides to go first time on the stretch, can't get the power. Opportunity missed.
Joe Williams is down here. We saw him hit the deck a few moments ago. And he has had at times a difficult time here with injuries. No Dean Holden when he was head coach here. He's a key part to this Bristol City team.
Yeah, he's a really good player. He's able to get up and carry on. I mean, what a strike. Really opened the scoring.
Feels his emotional control has improved. It has been known. Here's City Pack. Sheffield United have carried a threat when they've moved forward. They've had that goal ruled out for offside too, which is a big talking point. Bristol City have had a shot thunder against the frame of the Sheffield United goal from Joe Williams.
But that is all that Bristol City have mustered, isn't it, really? And that Liam Manning will hope will change. You can see Sheffield United just carrying that little bit more threat at the moment.
There's Bird. Chris Wilder was planning on talking to his players about playoffs past and Sheffield United's history in them. He was going to mention Newcastle ending their trophy drought. He was going to mention Preston and Brentford ending their curse in the playoffs. But he just felt like the players weren't talking about it, so he shouldn't really open that wound. It was the chat around Bramall Lane among supporters, we in the media too. Well, Chris Wilder has rewritten history at Sheffield United. His pals told him not to take the job initially when he first arrived, when Sheffield United were in the third tier. Well, he has written his own legacy at Bramall Lane, and he's looking to write another page, this time in the playoffs.
And those records are there to be broken, aren't they? At some point, Sheffield United will win a playoff.
Brewster has been heavily involved in Sheffield United's good moments. He slipped it through here to Campbell. Bristol City do have a player down at the other end of the pitch. There's Tyrese Campbell, away by Viner. Wells. Now the referee brings play to a halt. It's Williams who's down.
I think he was holding his head, unless this is the problem from earlier. The Sheffield United players are arguing with the referee for stopping the game there.
Well, the ankle is being looked at again here, so it looks like Joe Williams' game is over, and he is devastated down below us.
Yeah, well, I wonder if Jack Robinson is inquiring about that goal that was ruled out. Now there's time, and that seems to be where the players are pointing, that direction.
Well, for Joe Williams, Hamza Chowdhury having a word with him now. Yu Hirakawa, his game is over. He's tried to give it a go, because that's the kind of character he is, and he will be devastated to be leaving this game. He gestures to Ashton Gate. He leaves with a stand of defiance.
Oh, brilliant from him. As sad as he is, as gutted as he is, he's urging the fans, stay behind this team.
Complete devastation for Joe Williams. On comes George Earthy, who may well play in one of the number 10 roles now behind Nicky Wells, with Max Bird dropping deeper alongside Jason Knight in that Joe Williams slot. And that is the way Bristol City have reshaped. George Earthy, a player who's really impressed since arriving from West Ham. Liam Manning with connections to West Ham, having coached there in the past. Earthy is on. Knight. Now McCrory. Knight again. There's Rob Dickey looking for Yu Hirakawa. Into Bird. McCrory. The home team rumbling forward here. McCrory's deep cross. And it gets away from Earthy.
He's seen a lot of the ball down this left-hand side, isn't he, Ross McCrory? He's a good outlet.
Versatile player too, can play at centre-back, can play in midfield, even went in goal once for Rangers late on, kept a clean sheet against Hibs. It was the final minute, but he'll tell you it was more.
They all count.
His brother's a keeper, so that's where he got the skills from.
Well, here's that long throw. I think this is the first one since that disallowed goal, isn't it? They didn't deal with it, Bristol City.
So Jack Robinson ready to try his luck again. In the end, Sheffield United's luck was out from the previous one. In it goes from Robinson. Kiefer Moore. Peck trying to get to it. Likewise, Tyrese Campbell, who gets to O'Leary.
I tell you what, literally are a yard away, Sheffield United's players, from getting on the end of this knockdown. Once again, Moore wins his duel.
Still, Ashton Gate sings. We're heading towards 5 additional minutes. He's having a good time. Section 82 in the far corner there was 1982 when 8 Bristol City players saw up their contracts with the club. Otherwise the club would have gone bust. And the players of today in this club stand on the shoulders of those 8 players. McCrory. Away by Ahmedhodzic. McCrory again. There's Peck. Now Brewster. This is Souza. He's caught.
Oh, he's pleading his innocence. They had Vinny Souza in a little bit of a tight spot here as well. Well, doesn't really look like an awful lot of contact. That's what George Earthy is saying to the referee.
Goes down that time. Another Sheffield United free kick, a foul by Nicky Wells.
These always fascinate me, these challenges. Referees penalise. I just wonder whether, had they been in the penalty area and it was a defender on a forward, would you give a penalty for that? I really don't think you would. Tiny little nudge maybe from that angle.
Problem here for Anel Ahmedhodzic as we head into 5 additional minutes at the end of this first half. First half which exploded in the opening 20 minutes. McCrory. There's Finer. Now Mehmeti. He was surrounded, doesn't get the free kick he was hoping for. This is Souza. Now Chowdhury. Peck. Finer intervening again. This is Souza. Now Chowdhury, who's done well in that right-back position when called upon for Sheffield United since making the loan switch in January from Leicester. Kiefer Moore, foot down on the gas here, or tries to. Rob Dickie gets around him, and the referee has pointed to the spot. It's a penalty for Sheffield United, and it's a red card. Rob Dickie is sent off. He knows that feeling. Big moment.
Well, I think the referee, without looking at a replay, I think he's made a mistake. I think Dickie hooks his foot around Kiefer Moore in a genuine attempt to play the ball. And I understood if you genuinely attempt to play the ball and you concede a penalty, that you didn't get sent off. But there, look, he actually gets a foot on the ball. I think this is a mistake from the referee. I do. You can debate whether it's a penalty or not, and I can understand why he's given it, but the red card, that is very, very controversial.
Well, he was sent off when these two met here earlier this season. He's seen red again against Sheffield United.
I think the referee could have got away with a yellow card there. I got to be honest with you. Such a big game. The referee, the officials may argue that he had a hold of him and that wasn't an attempt to play the ball, and we've penalised him for that.
And Harrison Burrows slams the penalty home. Sheffield United, who almost made it to the top of the Championship mountain, start the climb again. No messing about from Harrison Burrows. Big, big moments at Ashton Gate.
Well, it's more than a penalty, isn't it? It's more than a goal. It's the whole ramification. Harrison Burrows, you would never, ever in any doubt that he was going to put this penalty away. But for me, the penalty isn't the big moment. This is the red card. That is the big moment. And as I say, I think a yellow card, if you deem that's a penalty for holding there, I think a yellow card would have sufficed, given the hook of the leg. But it's controversial, and it's a huge moment in the grand scheme of the big prize. A massive, massive moment.
Bristol City down to 10. Deja vu for Rob Dickie.
You can't legislate for that, can you, as a head coach? First of all, it was poor defending. It was a little flick on. Rob Dickie allowed Kiefer Moore in behind him, so that was the poor element.
Well, Bristol City looking for a response just before the break. How cool was Harrison Burrows, by the way? 3 out of 3 from the spot for him now this season.
Yeah, he never had any doubt, really.
But that has just sucked the whole atmosphere out of this place as far as the home fans are concerned.
Yeah, it's a huge decision.
There's Viner. 2,000 Unitedites in full cry away to our left. Those who travel down from the Steel City for this tonight. Hamza Chowdhury. There's Bird. Now Viner. Max Bird again. So Bristol City have lost 2 of their key players in the spine of their team. Joe Williams to injury, and now Rob Dickie to a red card, which, as it stands, will put him out of the second leg.
Yeah. Well, as it stands, we'd say a 1-0 defeat would be actually a good result for Bristol City now.
É isso aí, pessoal. Intervalinho de jogo, intervalo half time. Vai vencendo, né, o Sheffield United, gol de pênalti aí nos acréscimos já, né? Dessa primeira etapa, o visitante, o Sheffield United, estava melhor no jogo e conseguiu fazer aí o gol de pênalti. Apesar do Bristol ficar mais tempo com a posse de bola, quem criou ali os lances de perigo no jogo, né, foi exclusivamente o Sheffield United. O Bristol teve um lance perigoso, acabou batendo no travessão. o Bristol. Um lance perigoso. Todos os lances foram do Sheffield United. Havia feito um gol, mas estava impedido. Jogou bem ali no ataque, por algumas oportunidades. E conseguiu no pênalti fazer 1-0 aí com o camisa 14, né? Fez o gol ali, o 14 do Bristol, o Burons. Tá certo? 1-0, intervalinho triunfante aqui na Times Brasil. Você que tá do outro lado aí, obrigado pela sua audiência. Muito obrigado, intervalinho triunfante aqui na Times Brasil. Na primeira etapa, olha só, na primeira etapa tivemos 5 corners, né, 5 escanteios, nenhum cartão amarelo, mas um cartão vermelho por 16, né, que fez o pênalti, o Kicker fez o pênalti, foi expulso. Beleza, então, olha que situação do Bristol. Vai jogar todo um segundo tempo pela frente com um homem a menos, tendo que conseguir o resultado hoje, porque a volta vai ser na casa do Sheffield United. Então o Bristol vai ter que se superar, fazer um jogo aí de superação para a segunda etapa, tá certo? Intervalinho aqui na Times Brasil. Deixa eu passar aqui nos jogos que estão rolando aí mundo afora nesta quinta-feira, hoje dia 8 de maio de 2025. Bora lá? Vamos começar aqui pela Conference League, né? A UEFA Conference League, jogos aí em andamento, jogos das semifinais, né? Jogos de volta das semifinais aí da Conference League. Bora lá. Deixa eu só atualizar aqui, pronto. Vamos lá. Jogos no intervalo da Conference League, jogos de volta das semifinais, jogo de ida. O Chelsea vai vencendo, né? O Garden 1-0. O Chelsea já havia vencido por 4-1, então assim, o Chelsea já está na final da UEFA Conference League, tá bom? A Fiorentina vai vencendo o Real Betis 2-1. Fiorentina 2, Betis 1. Jogo no intervalo, lembrando que no primeiro jogo o Real Betis venceu lá na Espanha, né, a Fiorentina por 2-1. E agora a Fiorentina vai vencendo por 2-1, né? Tem todo o segundo tempo pela frente ainda. Nesse momento, jogo aí empatado aí na 4-4 no agregado. Fiorentina e Betis empatado 3-3 no agregado nesse momento, beleza? Na Liga Europa, né, na UEFA Liga Europa, vamos lá, jogos também no intervalo. O Glimt vai empatando com o Tottenham 0-0. Tottenham venceu no jogo de ida 3-1 na Inglaterra e hoje o Glimt vai empatando com o Tottenham 0-0. Por enquanto o Tottenham vai se classificando para a final. Do outro lado, outro inglês também jogando, né? O Manchester United, que está perdendo para o Atlético Bilbao, né? O Atlético Bilbao vai vencendo o Manchester United 1-0. Jogo no intervalo. No primeiro jogo da semifinal, o Manchester United havia vencido o Atlético por 3-0. Então, por enquanto, o United também vai se classificando aí. Por enquanto, está dando Tottenham e United na final inglesa. E do outro lado, também na Conference League, né? Chelsea na Inglaterra, por enquanto, ainda tem que decidir o outro finalista na Conference League, né? Ou Fiorentina ou Betis, tá bom? Também temos alguns outros jogos rolando aqui no Brasil, no Campeonato Brasileiro Sub-20 em andamento. Jogo dos antigos, Palestra Itália, né? O Palmeiras vai vencendo o Cruzeiro 1-0. Sub-20, Brasileiro Sub-20, Palmeiras 1, Cruzeiro 0. Cruzeiro que ontem, né, no time profissional, foi eliminado na Copa Sul-Americana. Ali com um empate, né, foi eliminado com antecedência, né, ali da Copa Sul-Americana. Também temos outros jogos rolando lá em Marrocos. Tem vários jogos da Liga de Marrocos em andamento aí. Destaque para a vitória parcial do Raja Casablanca 2-1 para cima do Difa El Jadid, né? 2-1 lá. Raja Casablanca, destaque aí dos vários jogos da Liga de Marrocos que estão ao vivo nesse momento, beleza? Aqui na Times Brasil, meu amigo, você não perde nada, tá certo? Hoje tem rodada de Copa Sul-Americana, tem rodada de Libertadores da América. Deixa eu passar aqui no calendário de jogos dessa quinta-feira, hoje dia 8 de maio. Bora lá. Hoje pela Copa Sul-Americana, teremos em campo o Desportes Iquique recebendo o Atlético Mineiro, jogo no Chile, Desportes Iquique e Atlético Mineiro. Também temos o Racing de Montevidéu do Uruguai, o Racing do Uruguai versus o Huracán, o GV San José versus o Fluminense, né? O San José do Peru, quer dizer, da Bolívia, San José da Bolívia versus o Fluminense, e também o Cienciano versus o Caracas, Cienciano do Peru e Caracas da Venezuela. Falando em Venezuela, ontem o Porto Cabello, né? Acho que é esse o nome, né? Ou não sei o nome do time, mas venceu o Vasco. 4-1. O Vasco ontem passou vergonha, uma chacota ontem. Um dia para ser esquecido na história do Vasco da Gama. Perdeu ontem por 4-1 lá em terras venezuelanas. E hoje tem o Fluminense em campo, hein? O Fluminense na Bolívia também é duro, mas o Fluminense atualmente está mais forte do que o Vasco. Mas jogo difícil, jogar na altitude é complicadíssimo. Hoje tem San José da Bolívia e Fluminense, 21h30. E mais cedo, Desportes Iquique, Atlético Mineiro, Copa Sul-Americana. Já na Copa Libertadores da América, Libertadores, bora lá. Hoje são 6 partidas, na verdade são 5, né? 5 jogos da Copa Libertadores da América hoje. Tajeres e Libertad, Vélez Sarsfield e Olímpia, Atlético Nacional da Colômbia e Internacional, né? Atlético Nacional e Internacional. Barcelona de Guayaquil e River Plate, baita jogo no Equador, Barcelona e River Plate. Também o Universitário do Peru, que recebe o Independiente del Valle do Equador. O Universitário del Valle aí às 23 horas. Então hoje na Libertadores apenas o Internacional em campo, a equipe colorada brasileira, o Inter em campo lá em Medellín, né, para enfrentar o Atlético Nacional. Na Série B, hoje tem Série B, hein? Tem Série B, tem o Atlético Paranaense. Até ano passado nós estávamos acostumados a acompanhar, né, vários anos, várias campanhas bacanas do Atlético na Sul-Americana, na Libertadores, né, mas hoje o Atlético, Série B, né, mudou aí o patamar. Hoje o Atlético Paranaense vai jogar a Série B contra a Chapecoense, tá bom? Hoje às 21h35. É um horário quebrado, né? 21h35. Pô, 9h30 da noite, beleza? Atlético com H e Chapecoense, tá certo? Também hoje tem colombiano, tem Milionários e Pereira. Também tem mexicano, né? Hoje tem Necaxa e Tigres. Aí no México, tá certo? Então é isso. Daqui a pouquinho, a segunda etapa de, por enquanto, Bristol City 0, Sheffield United de pênalti marcado ali pelo camisa 14, o Burons 1, Sheffield United ficando aí o mais próximo da final desses playoffs da Championship. Final, jogo único em Wembley no dia 24 de maio, tá bom? Hoje é dia 8, semana que vem tem a volta aqui dessas semifinais, né? E já daqui 2 sábados, né? Hoje é 8, e tem o sábado dia 10, depois tem o sábado dia 17 e tem o sábado dia 24, que vai ser esse confronto Wembley lotado. Por enquanto, o Sheffield United está se classificando lá para o Wembley, mas é claro que é muito cedo para falar. Tem todo o segundo tempo pela frente, tem o jogo de volta, tá tudo ainda em aberto, muita coisa para acontecer. O que acontece é que na fase da liga, ali nas 36 rodadas, o Sheffield United conseguiu um excelente número, né? Excelentes números, né? Em 46 jogos, conquistou 28 vitórias, fez 90 pontos, ficou em terceiro lugar. A melhor campanha ali, né, dos que não foram promovidos, né, foi o Bristol, o Sheffield United. O Bristol, por sua vez, pegou a última vaga ali, né? Ali no desespero, conseguiu ficar em sexto lugar e tá aí nos playoffs aí. Hoje, jogando em casa, tá complicado. Tem que reverter o placar, porque senão tem a volta. Aí na volta fica mais difícil ainda, beleza? Daqui a pouquinho, segundo tempo de, por enquanto, Bristol 0, Sheffield United 2. Estamos no nosso intervalinho aqui na Times Brasil. Engraçado que eu não parei o cronômetro, né? Eita, nós, dá 0 para ele, tá? O cronômetro estava rodando, mas agora sim, consertei aqui. Estamos no nosso intervalo triunfante na Times Brasil. E a bola voltou a rolar para Chelsea e Juju Garden na Conference League. O Chelsea está indo para a final da Conference League, mas o outro lado, né, de Fiorentina e Betis está ali 3-3 no agregado. Na Liga Europa tá dando, né, por enquanto, Tottenham e United na final da Liga Europa, beleza? Continua no Brasileirão Sub-20, Palmeiras 1, Cruzeiro 0. E aqui, daqui a pouquinho, a bola volta a rolar para o segundo tempo. Você que está comigo do outro lado aí, seja bem-vindo. Mande a sua mensagem, participe. Vamos juntos na emoção do futebol inglês aqui na Times Brasil, canal que ama, que é apaixonado pelo futebol, tá certo? Aqui é o canal de quem gosta de futebol alternativo, beleza? Futebol raiz, futebol jogado, futebol ali com raça, né? Sem muito mimimi e bola na rede, que eu quero é gol, né? Essa que é a verdade. Eu quero é gol. Não sei vocês, eu tô doidinho para que saia mais gols nesse segundo tempo. Até mesmo o ambas marcam, né? Sabemos que o Bristol vai jogar com um homem a menos todo o segundo tempo, mas quem sabe o Bristol jogando em casa consiga dar um golzinho, né? Para bater aquele ambas marca. A tendência, na minha opinião, é sair mais um ou mais 2 gols no máximo, entendeu? O Sheffield United tem grande possibilidade hoje já de praticamente classificar, né? Vai jogar todo o segundo tempo pela frente, com um homem a mais em campo. Jogou melhor a primeira etapa. Conseguir fazer 1, 2 gols, aí já encaminha a classificação para a final aí dos playoffs da Championship, a segunda divisão do futebol inglês, beleza? Daqui a pouquinho a bola volta a rolar, estamos aqui só esperando ali a bola voltar a rolar aqui no campo da Times Brasil, canal que ama, que é apaixonado pelo futebol, né? Por enquanto, alguns jogadores ali do Bristol no gramado, ela aquecendo um pouquinho. Vamos esperar, estádio lotado, né? Esse estádio do Bristol City tem capacidade para mais de 26 mil torcedores, recebe um público ali excelente, né? Capacidade máxima, não cabe mais nem nas arquibancadas. O Bristol precisa reverter o marcador, porque semana que vem tem a volta fora de casa para enfrentar o Sheffield United. O Sheffield na volta vai ser mais complicado ainda, hein? Então hoje, o ideal para o Bristol, agora que tá com um homem a menos, o ideal é pelo menos um empate, né? Para não sair derrotado hoje, porque senão fica mais difícil. Mas, né, o Sheffield, vamos ver como que o Sheffield vai se comportar, né? Tendo em vista que tá vencendo 1-0, que tem um homem a mais em campo, jogando fora de casa. Não pode também ficar ali recuado, achar que o resultado é suficiente, não. Tem que também tentar mais, né? Futebol é isso, faz 1, faz 2, jogo para frente, jogo para vencer. As equipes vão se ajeitando no gramado, vão ali tomando as suas devidas posições, jogadores. Vamos para o segundo tempo. Deixa o like. Obrigado. Vamos para o segundo tempo. Tá tudo prontinho. O árbitro ali conversando com a rapaziada. Estamos aqui só aguardando ali o apito para o jogo retornar aqui no campo da Times Brasil, beleza? É um intervalinho grande, hein? São 15 minutos de intervalo, mais 15 minutos dos grandes, né? A bola já voltou a rolar para Board Limit e Tottenham, e aqui também. A bola rolando na Times Brasil. Agora é para valer. Bola rolando no segundo tempo. Os dois times estão correndo atrás da bola aqui no campo da Times Brasil. Segundo tempo em andamento. Quebra tudo o Bristol. Quebra tudo o Sheffield. Agora é para valer. Quem vai sair com essa vantagem aqui nessa jogo de ida dos playoffs semifinal do futebol inglês Série B? Primeiros segundos na segunda etapa.
By the letter of the law, it is a red. I just felt that because of that attempt to play the ball, that the referee might have got away with just showing a yellow. But it's gone now. Bristol City cannot afford to feel sorry for themselves.
Well, they have the physical presence of Sinclair Armstrong at the top end of the pitch now. He gave Sheffield United something to think about at Bramall Lane. He brought out a miraculous save from Michael Cooper at Bramall Lane.
What do you do if you're Sheffield United now? Do you go for the jugular? You have a man advantage.
Here's Anel Ahmedhodzic. A reminder also, if you missed it, that Bristol City lost Joe Williams to injury in the first half. George Earthy replacing him. Williams rattling the frame of the goal in the first half before he did go off injured. There's Burrows.
See, already it's interesting to me. Playing the ball around at the back an awful lot more than they did in the first half, and that might leave Kiefer Moore a little bit frustrated that the ball's not coming forward quickly.
There's Sidney Peck, who sorted his feet out well initially, and his shot has turned into a pass. You'll say he meant that. Never in a million years. A missed shot, which almost led to something.
Yeah, Ryan Brewster did well to keep that in on the far side.
He's had some good moments in this game, Ryan Brewster.
Well, it would have been a big decision for Chris Wilder because he has got other options. I think he's taken up some really intelligent positions.
A player who's lost so much game time to injury, Ryan Brewster. But he's played an important role this season. And now Jack Robinson with a chance to use that long throw of his again. Moore moving for it. Beaten to it by McCrory. It's Harmer who finds the Sheffield United fans.
Well, that is the other element to losing Rob Dickie, your tallest player, your best header of a ball. You've got long throws coming your way. They were struggling to deal with them before.
Well, Chris Wilder has been satisfied with the way Sheffield United players have reset since being swarmed around by a promotion celebrating Burnley at Turf Moor on Easter Monday, when their own automatic dream was ended. He wants the scenes and the soundtrack of Burnley celebrations that day to be the extra fuel that pushes the blades on. A reminder that if you add those 2 points deducted on, that Sheffield United would have averaged 2 points a game in the Championship this season. Good enough, usually, not only for promotion, but for the title. But once again, this has been no usual season in the Championship. Is there ever one?
No. Is the answer.
Armstrong gives chase, hits the deck, and the free kick goes the way of Sheffield United.
Is it the assistant that gives this? It's for handball, isn't it?
Seja. There's Earthy. He's moved across to this right-hand side now in the second half. Playing in that right wing-back role in place of Yu Hirakawa, who was withdrawn at the break.
Well, I think the key for Bristol City here is, can they get Mehmeti on the ball? Player that can make things happen out of nothing. Can Sinclair Armstrong stretch that Sheffield United back four? They've got history of scrambling points with 10 men.
Well, they have shown their resilience this season at Bristol City.
And that's what they're going to need.
Ahmedhodzic. Now Harrison Burrows, League One's player of the season last season. He's really stepped up to the challenge in the Championship this time around. Robinson. There's Seja looking for runners. Zach Weiner. Well, Liam Manning's had to really fight to win over the Bristol City supporters. He wasn't the most popular choice when he first arrived, simply because he was replacing the popular Nigel Pearson. And those two are in contact now and again. They send each other messages. But everyone now here is firmly behind Liam Manning and the job he's done. Bristol City have overachieved this season in getting into this position. But now they're here, they want to take full advantage.
You've got to remember, they didn't bring a single player in January as well. And just to compare and contrast, Sheffield United brought in 7. A little bit of the haves and the have-nots. But having got here, really desperate to try and get over the line. And it's been made, there's no doubt about it, a lot more difficult.
You could argue the squad was weakened in January with the departures here. It's a tight-knit squad which has taken the club to the brink of the Premier League, but they've run into a Sheffield United team who are just as hungry to get there and make sure it's just a gap year that they're away from the Premier League for. Ahmedhodzic. Now Robinson. Burrows looking for Harmer. There's Seja. Burrows. Ahmedhodzic. There's Chowdhury. Harmer to Sidney Peck. Burrows looking to send Tyrese Campbell away.
And he was a great outball in the first half, wasn't he, Tyrese Campbell? Those clever little runs in behind led to him having a goal-scoring chance, didn't it? But the second half, very, very different. Obviously, much more of the ball for Sheffield United. They've been very, very patient. Maybe a little bit too patient.
It's always interesting to hear the managers and head coaches and their psychology ahead of these playoffs over 2 legs. There's Kiefer Moore. No takers at the far post for Sheffield United, but Chris Wilder saying he's come here to win tonight, not take a step backwards, even more so now with Bristol City down to 10. Liam Manning wanted to make sure his Bristol City players just focused on this game. Forget about the second leg. Try and win this. They get the free kick. There's Hayden Roberts, who's slotted into that back three since coming on. Peck with the stretch. There's Sidney Peck again. A real breakthrough season for him at the heart of the Sheffield United midfield.
Well, calm down. 10 minutes in, really, and they haven't really shown any signs of taking advantage of that extra man.
Well, he's been a playoff winner before as a manager, Chris Wilder, when he took Oxford back into the EFL back in 2010. Negotiating in the final. Now, though, this is his boyhood club that he leads. Robinson. There's Knight. Earthy. Now Zach Viner, who's now operating at the heart of that Bristol City back three. Tanner goes long looking for Armstrong. Armstrong involved again. He's done well to bring the ball under his spell. And Bristol City will need plenty of that kind of work that we just seen from Sinclair Armstrong. McCrory. Robinson with the climb. There's Earthy. Now Burrows. He was hauled down by Max Bird.
Well, at least there were moments of optimism there, where they were actually in that Sheffield United final third.
Well, it's how much are they prepared to gamble, Bristol City, knowing the second leg is to come at Bramall Lane on Monday. They're down to 10 here. And how desperate will Sheffield United become to build on this lead?
Yeah, well, like I said, I think that kind of almost feels like Sheffield United are kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here. This is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. And I think they'll kick themselves a little bit if they only win this game 1-0.
There's Sidney Peck, who sets his sights. Well, it was closer than the last one.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed, really, because he takes up a really intelligent little pocket of space. Lovely touch to get himself turned. And he doesn't hit the target.
I mentioned, breakthrough season for him. Voted Sheffield United's young player of the season. He stepped up when Ollie Arblaster was injured in the Sheffield derby earlier this season. Ollie Arblaster, who we're told is amongst the travelling Sheffield United fans tonight watching on. Where did we see him the other week? Turf Moor, wasn't it? He was there.
That's right. Can play that game, the cameramen, can't they? Where's Ollie? Swiftly on.
Yeah, that famous game. There's Burrows. Now Peck. Looks like Callum O'Hare is being readied by Chris Wilder and is about to come on for Sheffield United. We're hearing Tyrese Campbell will make way, so a bit of a switch in formation by the looks of it too. There's Chowdhury. Now Brewster. Campbell to Kiefer Moore. Touch from Brewster. Peck waiting. Well, he's getting closer.
Yeah. This is lovely, lovely passing and movement. And it's an injection of pace. It's that little pass forward and then a little 1 and 2 touch, little touches lead to that opportunity to strike. Good play from Kiefer Moore, and Brewster just drags his shot a fraction.
Well, that's probably the only thing he's been lacking this season, is a goal. Sidney Peck to cap his fabulous campaign. There's Kiefer Moore. Brewster involved again. Ahmedhodzic. There's Jack Robinson. Part of the last playoff campaign for Sheffield United when they fell at this stage to Nottingham Forest on penalties. Brice Samba that night in the second leg made a save with his studs, which cost ultimately Sheffield United, and Paul Heckingbottom the following season had a stud on his desk in his office to remind him of the fine margins. Paul Heckingbottom, then manager of Sheffield United, now boss of Preston. Robinson again. There's Ahmedhodzic. Sheffield United looking to try and move around the 10 men of Bristol City here.
Well, it's never straightforward, or it sometimes isn't straightforward when you're against 10 men. You do drills on the training ground, you spend hours, sometimes 10 against 8 defensively, and it can be, if the 8 are very, very organised, disciplined and block spaces, it can be very awkward and very difficult to break down, and that's what Bristol City are trying to achieve here. And you can see there, so far, in reality, so good for Bristol City in their quest to probably only lose this game 1-0 at worst.
Yeah, a reminder, Rob Dickie sent off right at the end of the first half for conceding the penalty from which Harrison Burrows scored. Well, yellow card shown to Peck.
He's just a fraction late, isn't he? He needs to tread carefully now.
There's Urfi. Now Tanner. This is... Now Mehmeti. There's... Likewise Jason Knight. Likewise Max O'Leary. Viner's ball forward. Well, still, they sing on that far side, section 82 at Ashton Gate, who are desperate to finally see Premier League football here. We have had some big nights here in recent history. United, by the way, I think has changed into a triple change.
Yeah, I've been watching Chris Wilder down below as his centre halves are passing the ball around at the back, and wonder whether he's kind of seen enough of that, hence this triple change. They haven't really injected any tempo into the second half so far, Sheffield United. I think that's the way forward for them.
Yeah, Callum O'Hare, Tom Davis, Andre Brooks are the three who were ready to come on. Sidney Peck, one of those who'll be withdrawn. I wonder if that's to do with his yellow card a few moments ago.
100%.
Tyrese Campbell and Ryan Brewster, the other two. So the first change being made, Callum O'Hare is coming on, and he replaces Tyrese Campbell. Callum O'Hare, who was injured for the playoffs when Coventry City made it to the final. Now he wears the Blades badge on his chest. He is on. Tom Davies coming on to replace Sidney Peck, so a straight swap at the heart of the Sheffield United midfield. More minutes for Tom Davies, who's had an injury-struck time at Bramall Lane. And Andre Brooks, who scored within 40-odd seconds of coming on against Stoke City a couple of weeks ago. Sheffield-born, he comes on to replace Ryan Brewster.
Well, I really expect those attacking substitutes, Andre Brooks and Callum O'Hare, to really inject some tempo into this game.
Yeah, big chance for Callum O'Hare, who's not played as much as he probably would have liked since making the switch from Coventry City to Sheffield United. But he is capable of opening doors. Burrows with that ball in, but the referee has seen a foul. It was a vibrant first 45 minutes here at Ashton Gate. It has changed completely since that red card just before the break. Chance for Bird to move up the gears here. Earthy on the outside, just had to readjust George Earthy. Bird again, surrounded. Earthy once more, on loan here from West Ham. Now Tanner.
Doing okay, aren't they, really, considering they're a man down. They've restricted Sheffield United to no real clear goal-scoring opportunities.
Yeah, it's become a different game, this game now. Sheffield United fans making the noise away to our left as Davies picks up. Ahmed Hodzic. Now Harmer. Chowdhury. Here's Gus Harmer. He's picked out Callum O'Hare. Burrows, Harmer again. Just step in field and out to this box for Sheffield United play. Bristol City too like to play a box midfield, which has caused Sheffield United problems at times this season. But of course things have changed since Rob Dickey's red card. There's Davies. Davies again. Davies with the give and go. Strong arm play from Tom Davies.
Nothing wrong with that.
We found him, Ollie Arblaster, in the away end, amongst the 2,000 fans gathered here tonight, backing Sheffield United. And he's joining in. Took us a while to find him in that bright yellow top, but we found him.
He's the only one with a bright yellow top. Should have been easier.
The camera crew roll their eyes. There's Earthy. Change imminent here from Bristol City. Marcus McGuane will be coming on to replace Max Bird. There's Brooks. Now Burrows. Souza. Ahmedhodzic. Davis. There's Souza again. Down below us, barking on. And that's his biggest moment yet. Some celebration. And Sheffield United, who in the past have been weighed down by the pain of playoffs past, are determined to end the pain this time. They have a 2-goal advantage in the first leg at Ashton Gate.
Well, honestly, I think they would have kicked themselves, I really do, had they not gone away from here tonight with more than a 1-goal advantage. Look, that still may not happen. Bristol City may come back, but they haven't done enough of this for me. The first time they get wide, they get Harrison Burrows in a very advanced area. He puts the ball into a dangerous area. They score. That's the first time they've done it in the second half. It's brilliant from Burrows. It's brilliant dummy from O'Hare. And Brooks makes sure that he gets a full, clean strike. And there'll be a lot of relief hidden underneath Chris Wilder, because I don't think he was liking what he was seeing from his team prior to that goal in the second half.
Well, Vinny Souza tried to join in with that celebration, but Andre Brooks was much more graceful. He stepped off the bench to score at Stoke City after 40-odd seconds a couple of weeks ago. This time, it took a little bit longer. But the goal, much, much bigger. Marcus McGuane on to replace Max Bird. That's the substitution that Bristol City were planning before Sheffield United struck their second. And the Blades fans away to our left.
Understand it.
Earthy gives chase to this. Just wonder now whether Bristol City will be a little bit more ambitious as Knight swings that ball in, as ambitious as they can be with 10 players. Mehmeti, lovely feet. Mehmeti! And Cooper with his first bit of work in a long, long time.
Those are the moments, aren't they? Those are the moments. Can Anis Mehmeti find a corner? Shifts the ball really well, but it's more or less in the middle of the goal. Can't quite find the angle.
There's Davis. But you could see the relief and release of tension on the face of Chris Wilder. Also mirrored by the Sheffield United fans away to our left when that second goal went in from Andre Brooks.
Yeah, well, he's right down below us, and really I've been watching him and watching his body language. And it wasn't the body language of a man who was overly happy with what he was seeing, really, until that second goal went in.
Just after 5 minutes after coming on, this time Andre Brooks. 40-odd seconds last time he was involved again. Chowdhury's cross, it's Kiefer Moore. Well, it was a free header in the end, but he couldn't direct it on target.
Yeah, I'm looking at where he's taken the header from and wondering how many times are you going to score with your head from, what, 10 yards out? Nearly 12 yards out? I understand, hungry for a goal, maybe desperate for a goal.
2,000 of them here tonight, as I mentioned. Bristol City wanted home fans in that end too, obviously with the segregation, just to add to the home atmosphere, just like the old days here in that stand behind the goal. What were you doing in April 1893, Don? That is because that was when Sheffield United did win a playoff, a test match as they were called then, when they beat Accrington to win promotion. So it has happened, but a long time ago, not in the modern era. But the modern era has been full of playoff pain, and Sheffield United, of course, are not there yet. They still have to negotiate the second leg of this, and maybe what comes after that, but they're on course here.
Yeah, and even what remains of this game, again, reiterate, man advantage. Can you go and get a third? That really probably would seal the deal, given how solid Sheffield United are defensively.
There's Seja. Now Robinson. Burrows. This is Harmer. Trying to make room for the cross, trying to shake off Earthy, which was easier said than done, and Sheffield United get the corner. Now, if it's not overhanging the corner quadrant, that end of the pitch, the Sheffield United fans will not be drawing the referee's attention to it. Easy for me to say. Harmer, another deep delivery. Seja arriving and flicked in on the line by Callum O'Hare. Well, Sheffield United are messing about. The first way to go up is gone. The best way to go up is still open to them. And they, tonight, are taking Ashton Gate for the second time this season.
Well, I said when they came on, they've been sent on for a reason, to inject more urgency. Brooks and O'Hare, not only have they done that, they've both scored crucial goals. And you really do feel that is most likely going to be that in terms of this tie. I think Liam Manning is going to be a little bit disappointed. I said about the dismissal of Rob Dickie. They lose an aerial challenge, gets knocked down into an area, and Sheffield United react first. Callum O'Hare, lovely little flick after Vinny Souza has a little go there, doesn't get the contact. Well, look at that for improvisation. It's brilliant, actually. It's a lot better than it looked live. Watch Michael Cooper. There it is. There it is.
A brilliant flick from Callum. He's capable of the X factor. And he's hit the right notes there, and Sheffield United have a 3-goal lead, and has Bristol City's season crumbled in the playoffs right in front of our eyes at Ashton Gate.
Well, you have to say everything literally that could go wrong has gone wrong.
Rob Holding is coming on for Sheffield United, and he will replace Jack Robinson, who I think was stretching around about 10 minutes ago on the edge of his own box. Seemed to have a little bit of a problem. So Jack Robinson is off, and Rob Holding is on.
Well, you've got to really feel for Liam Manning, haven't you? Best laid plans and all of that.
Well, of course, teams from Sheffield know all about playoff comebacks. It's the other side of the city who performed that miracle against Peterborough a couple of seasons ago in the third tier. So Sheffield United won't be getting carried away, but Chris Wilder's team have a 3-goal advantage. And Bristol City, who, in Liam Manning's words, did overachieve to get into the top 6, to be in this position tonight, well, has it crumbled in the first leg. Rob Dickey's red card just before the break at 0-0, absolutely key.
Yeah, and the injury to Joe Williams as well. The way the goals have come about, it's just all gone horribly wrong for Bristol City.
Well, as it stands, this will be the biggest Championship playoff away win since Hull beat Derby in 2016.
The worry for Bristol City could get worse. There's a genuine possibility of that. Sheffield United will be feeling 10 foot tall.
Well, the biggest away win is 4-0 by Barnsley against Birmingham back in 2000. Sheffield United probably was set for 3 right now, with the second leg to come at Bramall Lane on Monday. Bristol City to replace Anis Mehmeti. So Sam Bell, who's dad Mickey, played a big pass for Bristol City in the past. He is on, and a frustrated Anis Mehmeti leaves the scene. There's Holding. Looking for Gus Harmer. Harmer was offside. I think he might be coming off shortly. Sam McCallum ready to come on. Some Bristol City fans leaving Ashton Gate. They came here in hope tonight, created a wonderful, wonderful atmosphere. But this is playoff football. Expect the unexpected. Sam McCallum on, Gus Harmer is withdrawn.
I've got the luxury now, Chris Wilder, to rest a few players.
It's 100 years since Sheffield United's last win at Wembley, 1925. FA Cup final win over Cardiff City. We'll be dreaming of another Wembley trip now. And Bristol City, who, as we mentioned earlier, have shown great character and resilience at times this season, will have to show those traits again at Bramall Lane on Monday night.
Well, they'll be playing for pride first and foremost on Monday night. 11 v 11, can they go and have a right go at Bramall Lane?
Well, he's worked wonders here this season as Liam Manning. In difficult personal circumstances too, as we know. But to get Bristol City to where they are into this kind of position with a bottom half budget is testament to how they've done. And it's not over yet, but Sheffield United look like they'll be heading back to South Yorkshire with a 3-goal advantage. There's Viner. Foul by Sinclair Armstrong, and the hand of apology from the Bristol City striker.
Yeah. He's running around, he's chasing. Obviously, he's going to be frustrated. I think Chris Wilder might be all right with that goal being ruled out in the first half now, might he?
Do you think so?
Yeah, just about.
Well, Chris Wilder returned to Sheffield United, his boyhood club, with fire in his belly. He feels that he still might be judged on what happened to him at Watford and Middlesbrough, despite what he achieved at Sheffield United first time around. But he has to have that fire in his belly, Chris Wilder, to drive him on.
He's put the fire in the whole club. We've seen many examples of that this season. Feisty group. Before the FA a few times, haven't they?
There have been a few confrontations, yes, including one when these two met back in March. I think it's cost him a few quid. There's Tanner. Armstrong. Not the night that Steve Lansdowne was hoping for. The Guernsey-based Bristolian billionaire, who, as we mentioned in the first half, has built this club up to what it is, and is desperate to bring Premier League football to the south side of this city. There's Callum O'Hare. Ahmed Hodzic. Now Davis, another who is desperate to get back to the Premier League. Burrows.
Literally just running the clock down now. That's what it feels like. You can understand that.
There goes Callum O'Hare. Now McCallum. Callum O'Hare in a pocket of space again. Took aim and was seen off by Tanner. His clever flick, which brought Sheffield United's third goal here at Ashton Gate, as we head into 3 additional minutes at the end of this game.
I think you see there the sheer size advantage that Sheffield United have.
Kiefer Moore behind Ahmed Hodzic. Ball rolled short to Andre Brooks. You might fancy this. Lifted in by Davis. And the high boots from Ahmed Hodzic. Well, Sheffield United and Chris Wilder had to do a huge rebuild after relegation last season, a relegation which cut deep And if you don't get it right, you can see what can happen. What's happened to Luton this season, back-to-back relegations, a double dip into the third tier. And Chris Wilder's had to rebuild. It's a young Sheffield United team, the fourth youngest in the Championship. And they are on course for Wembley right now, but with the second leg to come at Bramall Lane on Monday, and with Sheffield United's playoff pass, no one will be thinking too far ahead of themselves.
I think even Sheffield United pointed to that terrific defensive record that they've got.
Kiefer Moore with an interesting challenge over the top of Tanner, and Moore has come off the worst.
He's landed heavily. I'm not sure why he was going for that, really.
Kiefer Moore looks to be okay to see out the final few seconds here at Ashton Gate. And Ashton Gate, which has been quietened by Sheffield United tonight. It's down again. There's Kiefer Moore. There's Bell on the move. He's offside though. The flag goes up to frustrate Bristol City. Cooper makes the stop in any case.
Oh, Chris Wilder down below is in the ear of the fourth official.
Well, Sheffield United are not weighed down by history. They want to write their own history. It's what Chris Wilder does. Their playoff pain started against Bristol City back in the 1980s. Tonight, that may well be...
É isso aí, pessoal. Fim de jogo na Inglaterra, lá em Bristol. O Bristol City, time da cara, foi derrotado, mas perdeu feio, em grande vitória do Sheffield United, 3-0. Jogo de ida das semifinais dos playoffs de promoção. Sheffield United já coloca um pé, uma mão ali na final. Aí vai ter a volta, ainda tem a volta, né, dessa semifinal. Na casa do Sheffield United, o Bristol vai ter que fazer um jogo, né, que não fez ainda. Mas vamos ver, tem a volta para acontecer ainda. O Sheffield United muito próximo de jogar a final dos playoffs de promoção para subir da Série B para a Série A do futebol inglês. Beleza? Obrigado aí quem acompanhou a nossa live. Vou encerrar aqui. Eu volto daqui 30 minutos, tá bom? Volto já já para fazer o jogo de El Salvador. Tá bom? Vamos ver se vai dar bom lá o jogo de El Salvador. Quartas de finais do torneio clausura lá do Campeonato de El Salvador. Você vai acompanhar aqui na Times Brasil. Beleza? É o Lafierpo versus São Francisco aí, beleza? Já volto. Valeu, pessoal. Obrigadão. Até daqui a pouquinho. Tchau. Times Brasil, paixão por futebol. Grande vitória do Sheffield United. 3-0 fora de casa. Fui. Tchau. Até daqui a pouco. Times Brasil, paixão pelo futebol.